Welcome to 2022 and one of the new recipes. Philly style cheesecake. I call these steak subs. I don't know if that's the word or that's what you grew up with. I grew up with steak subs at Julius and St. Catherine's, and they put shredded lettuce on it and Italian dressing, and I just love those ooey gooey things. So I'm going to show you, and this is the first time I've ever made these. Available today, as in 3 p.m. today. And there's a shipping deal and everything else. So we're gonna make these together, and I'm sorry you cannot taste them, but seriously, I'm gonna tell you my honest opinion, and you're gonna see how easy it is to make, because honestly, guaranteed, it's usually super easy. I'd say 95% of the products are like simple, easy to do. So let's go get some scissors, because I'm ready to go, but we're just gonna read the instructions on the back. And I have a little bit of an adjustment, but that's okay. So in a large bowl, combine 1 pound of thinly sliced beef strips. So if you want to do this yourself and get a beautiful steak, strip loin, whatever else, if not, let the butcher do it for you. And so I have frozen mine, so it's kind of going to be like a little crunchy, but I'm actually going to wash my hands quickly. It's not 30 seconds, but doTERRA is great. Okay, so we got the meat in there, and I'm just gonna kind of push it out together. But then in there, so we got 1 pound of that. We got 3 cups of sliced mushrooms. I am not a mushroom person. I'll put this on the side. I am not a mushroom person, so we're making, if you're just joining, Philly cheesesteaks, brand new product. Okay, so we got the beef in there. There's gonna be mushrooms. I hate mushrooms, so I'm gonna load up on the peppers. There's mushrooms, peppers, onions. So if you want, we're literally gonna throw this in a bowl. You guys probably can't see this. I'll just do that so you guys can see. That's it. So if you like lots of mushrooms, you go right ahead. I am not a mushroom person. So let's go with just some mushrooms. And then we're gonna do a pepper. Gonna rinse this off, wash this, whatever you wanna call it. And then I love this. It's just gonna be, slide it all down. Make sure you don't get the seeds, so you'll be able to see the seeds. So I kind of put the seeds towards me, and then that way I kind of angle it and then slide it all the way down, and you do it 90 degrees. I love this. These are very sharp. Even though they're ceramic, I'm telling you people, these are not toys. These are great tools. But I don't know, it's kind of like the adulting of, you know, instead of like, hey, what kind of toys can you get? Yeah, it kind of seems to be like, you know, that's when you adult. So you can do these in strips. I'm going to do them in strips, but you can do these in chunks, because this is really going to be about, we're going to put it in the oven. So I've preheated it to 375. I would do that normally just right now. What I discovered over the holidays was that, and as you can see, this knife just goes through like butter. Just put it down, slide it through, and I don't even have to saw with the serrated edge. It's that good, and I'm just throwing it all in a bowl. So I'm just gonna do this quickly because I'm hungry, and I didn't eat lunch purposely, hoping that I could last. I couldn't last, so I was gonna do it at 3. And then, you know what? Lazier, because I had, so you can do this ahead of time, and if you have extra peppers, you just throw them in. And like I said, I know, oh, there goes one. There we go. We got 2 peppers. So we do 2 peppers, and then 1 thinly sliced small yellow onion. Okay. So that's all we're going to do. And then we're going to put seasoning and oil in. And the best part is it's going on a sheet pan. Oh, the cat's going to try out a yellow pepper, but you can't see my audience here, but I think this is great. And yes, I do compost in the winter. So I'm just going to peel that off. Here's a tip. So I do volunteer in a food lab when things are open. And what you're going to do is you're going to rinse that. So this is the onion. Okay, rinse it. Because we've had enough crying in the last a little while. You don't want to cry some more. If you rinse it, you're actually taking some of those oils and the things that are actually going to make you cry. So if you rinse it, you kind of actually douse it and make sure. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do kind of more like a little slice, but you can just slice these. I'm just not a big, massive onion person, but I can handle them better when they're smaller. And when they're, oh, I see Mr. Ben. Go away. You've already been kicked off. Okay, cats and the counters drive me nuts. So I'm just gonna chop this up, small onion. If you like the big strips, you go right ahead. Not a fan, okay? So I'm just gonna do this. And we follow the instructions on the back. If you guys just joined, it is Philly, oh my goodness, Philly cheesesteak. So we've got the onion in. All it is 1 tablespoon of oil. So I'm gonna take some olive oil. Tablespoon, teaspoon is 1/3 of a tablespoon. Okay, so tablespoon is always bigger, teaspoon, half a teaspoon, and then a quarter. Woo, I can, now that onions is, woo, okay. So we're gonna do that. And, okay, that's 1. Ooh, I can feel those onions now, people. And guess what? The piece de resistance that's gonna make that seasoning, no joke, this is how easy it's going to be. And I wish I had, this is the first time I'm making this, so you know what? I'm gonna say it's idiot proof, but I'm not an idiot, nor are you. But when you're just distracted, and that's what I think it is it's easy to be distracted with all the stuff going on and so much going on in the house. Why am I doing that? Number 1, because I don't want to cry in the onions, but number 2, there's so much that I want to get it to the bottom. And then I'm just gonna take a fork or a spoon or whatever I can grab. You can take tongs if you want. And you're gonna wanna get that seasoning kind of going around everything. I find that, you know, maybe, ooh, look at this meat. Because it was frozen, I'm just gonna pull this apart. Yes, don't worry, I washed my hands and I continue to wash my hands. It's one good thing about, you know what, pre-pandemic, you know what, I was always washing my hands, and I always taught my students, just wash your hands again, wash your hands again. Oh, did you touch your hair? Wash your hands again. The students, honestly, the younger ones, they catch on. But that's one good thing about everything is just food safety is wash your hands. Your hands are your first tools. And you know what? Sometimes it's way better than trying to defrost it more and then cooking, honestly, that stuff, you know, instead of actually cooking it in the oven. Because it kind of gets to that point where instead of defrosting, you're cooking. So I'm going to try to get that around. Now my hands are already dirty. So if you don't like this, that's fine. But I'm going to try to get as much coverage as possible with that seasoning. Get it down to the bottom. And if you have a bigger bowl, highly suggest it. At this point, now that I'm seeing all of this stuff, I would consider this a large bowl. They said large bowl. I would say extra large bowl because, as you can tell, it's a lot. The other thing I do with sheet pan things is, you're going to see something in a second that I'm going to do because this did not work the way I wanted it to. So we're going to take this cutting board out and you're going to take your sheet pan. So take your sheet pan, and I love this, has the liners, so you're never ending up, there goes the pepper, you're never ending up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of this. You could pour this if all the seasoning was on, but I'm going to disperse the meat and the vegetables on the sheet pan. If you don't have a liner, that's fine. It's just way easier for cleanup, less sticking and burning, okay? So if you're that person that you're like, I don't want to bother, and you're just like, oh my gosh, right? Like, you know, and I'm so used to burning things because I'm like overcooking them, the sheet pans really save you a lot in stress, time, and let's be honest, food and money. So we're going to take this out, and then there's going to be some seasoning, I think, at the bottom. So what I'm trying to do is get some mushrooms over here. And honestly, most of the time I just dump, but because I wanted to get some of that extra seasoning, I'm going to take this and get my 3-in-1 spatula and just get that. Sorry if there's glitches. There's a storm going on here, like a windstorm. So I don't know if I'm going to have power in 5 minutes, let alone 5 hours. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure that I spread that out. If you want, use your spatula, but like I said, time, and I'm not a big, like, I'm not scared of touching raw meat. So here we go. We're going to disperse it because I like getting some of the vegetables and the meat around here. And then that's it. So all we're going to do is, the instructions say, because there's always instructions on the back, we're going to pop it in for 15 minutes. There is frozen meat. This might take a little bit longer. So we're just going to pop it in. And I'm going to have to wash that after. Pop it in, okay? And I know it's 15 minutes, 2:04. So in 2:20, it's going to be done. 2 minutes later, so that's approximately, because we put in frozen, and that's based on fresh, approximately, then we're just going to sprinkle on some mozzarella cheese stick it back in for 2 minutes, and it's gonna be ooey gooey. So I'm not gonna waste your time with any more cooking, but if you wanna stick around, I'm gonna show you all the new products right now if you missed it. So let me wash my hands, and I'm gonna show you step by step all the new stuff that is going to, let's say, this is gonna inspire your kitchen. So give me 1 second. Hey Google, set a timer for 14. And now we resume because I use a Google Pixel and Google Home. It's the only thing I wish it didn't do is stop my phone. Okay, so we got that timer so I don't forget. Don't forget, we just need that cheese. Not putting it on the stove. We're gonna put this away in a little bit. Made a little bit of a mess. Okay, so number one that we also got is we got kind of like 2 salad dressings, but like marinades. It's called the Chop Chop Salad. You're gonna do this with, mix it, add it to a little bit of chicken, cook your chicken, and then you're gonna make a salad bowl and including chickpeas. So it's a great thing because it gives you all the ideas about how to have, you know, super healthy kind of bowl salads that a lot of people like taking for lunches. But you know what? You can tell I got my box of tricks here. Okay, pièce de résistance for all of you people that are vegan. I'm not vegan, I'm not against it, not for it, I'm just so neutral about it. But the people that are vegan are going to get super excited about this one. Better than mayo, okay? So you just need mix water, oil, and vinegar. That's it, and you're gonna make vegan mayo, that's right. So no eggs at all, okay? So you're gonna have mayo now option. For those of you like Asian food, you're going to love the sweet chili sauce. So a lot of people have been using this, not just for a dipping sauce, but for like an actual stir fry or a wing sauce. So imagine that, just make the sauce. Obviously they're all gluten-free, so you're safe that way as well, and never any MSG. It's always all flavors. There's that chop chop again. What else do we got? Oh, right. This is not my favorite, but it could be yours. Please tell me what you do with Hollandaise sauce other than for brunch, because I'm not a big saucy person. This does have dairy. This is not vegan, but now you have a really low sodium Hollandaise sauce. I have seen this also used as a base for pizzas. So please tell me if you think that's going to be a good thing. And I am definitely going to be giving one of these away because I want to get somebody's advice on it. Now, we got the chop chop. Where's the other one? The other one is, we bought this one. So you might have seen the preview. I made tropical pineapple chicken. And then we have another one. Where did it go? Oh my goodness, did it already disappear? It might have already disappeared. Okay. Vegan people, we have the easy peasy taco, but now we have the easy peasy bolognese. And so that's the meat sauce. So all you're going to do is, you can see, it's really thick compared to say like this one. Can you see the difference? Because we have pea protein and it's like a ground meat alternative. So it is shelf stable. Imagine that for cottages, ice fishing, camping, and on top of it, just eating it at home. But I think of all the other opportunities to be able to use something when you can't buy meat. Or you know what, for somebody that's like living in the northern where you know what, meat is really expensive at times, or you just, you know what, this is a really good alternative and it gives that ground beef kind of flavor and texture without actually having to have fresh beef or fresh ground chicken or turkey. Super, super awesome, innovative thing. And this is one that you're going to be super excited about. There is another salad one. I'm looking for it right here. It's finally preheated. You see how long that took? I already shoved it in. Who likes ramen noodles? Ramen, whatever it is. Yeah. So now you can make the broth. So everybody, I actually had this. Somebody said, what's an alternative? And it was funny because I ended up sneaking it to her. I said, listen, you asked me what's an alternative because these teens, if you have a teen in the house or you have like a ramen noodle, like those bowls or like the cups that they come in and you just add hot water, you know that they're massive sodium, like just off the charts. And it's like, why? Like, I get it. I'm a salty person. I love salt. But ever since I understood the health ramifications of it, I just added at the end. So why would you put it in your stuff? So this is a really good low sodium alternative. If you want, buy those little cups with the noodles in it, grab that little package, and then add this in, and then the water. Simple as that. And I'm going to tell you this, and it also has the nutritional yeast because it's a broth, and all of our broths have that. So it has B12 and zinc. What else does it have? And sodium for 2 teaspoons is 390 milligrams. And that's not like adding the water and everything else. And it's for 2 teaspoons for 1.5 cups of boiling water. Those little individual servings probably don't even have a 1.5 cups, even if they do. So I would say you're probably even looking at maybe 200 milligrams, 195 milligrams, when you know that like you're supposed to keep it under 2,300, and the World Health Organization says if you're having a DASH diet or you're really looking for low reduced, you're still looking at a 1,500, which is really difficult. Go look at anything and see what you think about sodium, because that is low, but in order for you to know how low it is, you have to know what's already in your food. So go ahead and compare to see how much sodium is in your ramen noodles with the flavoring. So this is now the new alternative that I will make sure you get, Tony. I promise that you're getting it today. So, and I can't guarantee what's gonna sell out. So there's those things. There was, I swear. Oh, here we go. Tahini, there's the other one. So I haven't tried this one either. Tahini Power Bowl. So that's that with sweet potatoes, and this has no chicken in it. So this is pretty much more just like the dressing and the salad dressing, and kind of like the marinade of sorts. So we've got 2 little kind of like salad bowls. We've got shelf-stable vegan pea protein, right? We've got some alternatives for sodium issues going on, right? So let's just watch. It's not what is in our food, it's what we shouldn't be putting in our food, and we don't need to. Let's taste the flavors, not having all the cheap sugar and salt anyways. That's where the companies get you and you don't even realize. And then we've got a stir fry that we've already had, and then you can make this into a stir fry or a dip or a wing sauce. Delish. And then we've got the mayo. We've got some other ones, extra ones coming back. So if you have some favorite stews and soups, they're probably back. We have a couple other things. We have the food savers. So we have things that are helping keep your produce fresh. And then on top of it, we actually have one of my favorite products that usually only comes out in the summer and with packages is the basting brush that's silicone. And I use a million of them, okay? Because what I do is I use it to oil like cake pans, things like that. So it's not just for barbecue and whatever. I use it to, I always say tickle, when you want to put a little bit extra in a pan for that nonstick. So the fact that this is now available, I know I'm getting super excited. This is super awesome, but I already stocked up because I have like 3 and they're dishwasher safe. So that being said, we've got 6 minutes left. I'll let you go. And then I'm going to sprinkle some cheese on that and I'm going to show you. And yeah, you guys are going to have to watch me take a bite of it because I'm going to tell you my first reaction of if this is good or not. Just saying. But from the other reviews from the other leaders, it's super awesome. And I can't wait to share it with you. And don't forget, at 3 p.m., everyone can order. And they have a shipping deal. So have fun with that. $5 shipping if you order $100 or more. And then they have deals for joining or grabbing or kidnapping. So if you want to even just go test it out, or you just want to stock up your kitchen, feel free. And you get 3 months and you could, take it for a trial run. And that's usually how everybody does it. It's like, I want a discount. And then you kind of just get, this is great to have the inspiration every 3 to 4 months to meet new friends, to have an excuse of a reason why you're cooking healthy or a new recipe. It's my job. So thank you for joining. I look forward, if you need any of the information, let me know, but it's going to get wild because there's going to be a lot and I cannot guarantee what's going to sell out quickly. They will bring it back, don't worry, but it's best to actually just grab it today. So that's why I decided to give you guys a sneak peek and give you kind of a taste of what's going on. So hopefully you guys are having a good day. 3 p.m. is the ordering time, which hopefully that's like in half an hour. You guys can wait. If you have any questions, please ask right away and I'm here to help. And then tonight at 8 p.m. I'm writing another exam. So super busy, but I am always there for you. And if not, just post on the group and we can help each other out. But if you have any questions, ask me until 8.